Power pleases you, Crom. So grant me one request. Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then to hell with you.
Those are words to live by, right? Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So, I got a new video here. It was an idea that I've had for quite a long time, but if you're like me, and if you're a bit crazy like me, you will take lots of things, lots of quotes that you hear, whether it's from movies, whether it's from books, and especially, which we're going to be talking about, video games, and you'll use those quotes throughout your daily life most of the time, and they just become part of your vocabulary. And just like some of the movie quotes I put just then, I use those all the time. You know, for example, if it's raining, me and my friends will always use this quote.
Boy, sure is raining cats and dogs.
But when it comes to gaming, there are just some gaming quotes that have stuck with me. Now these aren't your simple one-liners, you know, like sure you can also or anything like that, you know. These are actual quotes, not lyrics from songs or anything like that. I'll save all those for different videos. But these are quotes within video games, whether they're written dialogue or vocal dialogue, although I believe most of the ones I'll be using here will be vocal dialogues. And these are the ones that have just stuck with me all my life, ever since I have heard them, and I use them, you know, pretty much, not every day of course, but if the occasion comes up, they're some of the first things that come into my mind. So I thought, you know, just have a little bit of fun. And if you're like me, if you think of any quotes that you use from gaming all the time, then please, you know, let me know in the comment section, and it'll be interesting to hear what you think about these. So yeah, let's not waste any time, and let's get straight into it.
And now you dare enter my realm. You are not prepared.
You are not prepared. Ever since Warcraft came out, I've been a huge Warcraft fan. I played the very original turn-based Warcraft. Warcraft 2 played to death. Warcraft 3, it is just beautiful. And then of course I got absorbed into the world of Warcraft, and through that many of the characters carried over. And Illidan Stormrage is by far not only my favourite Warcraft character out of the entire series, but one of my favourite video game characters ever. And his quote, "You are not prepared," during the Burning Crusade intro, that's stunning cinematic intro from Blizzard, just stuck with me for life. And I use it so many times, whether most of the time I probably used it if I was about to play Street Fighter with someone and someone challenged me, and I would say, you are not prepared. You know, or just something stupid like that I would use it in. This is a quote that I've just used constantly, and it's just stuck with me. And you know, if you're a Warcraft fan like me as well, you will know exactly where I'm coming from.
You are not prepared.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting. Now of course, if you have played this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This game is just so good. Came on the GameCube, and yes, of course, it is Eternal Darkness. That quote from Edgar Allan Poe that you hear at the beginning of the game before even a title screen has appeared just gets ingrained in your memory, because you hear it every single time you fire up the game. It just gets engraved in your memory, and I have used this so many times. And the sad part is that I've used it most of the time if I'm feeling, you know, down or something bad has happened. And if you follow me on Twitter, I've definitely used it loads on Twitter, and I use it on Google Hangouts all the time. You know, deep into the darkness period, long I stood there. And you know, that's supposed to be quite used if you're pretending to be depressed, or if you actually are depressed, and you'll change the words slightly, you know, to suit your needs for the time. But yeah, this quote from Eternal Darkness it's just remained with me.
will make me whole.
I have walked the earth, always searching for that which will make me whole. My brothers will not have died in vain, and I shall rule unchallenged. Now, once again, if you know me, Diablo 2 is in my top 5 video games ever. It just means too much to me. Too much. But funnily enough, this quote came from the trailer to The Lord of Destruction. It was a trailer at E3. I can't quite remember the year. It must be like E3 2000, surely, something like that. But yeah, it's at the beginning of the quote. You hear Baal, the Lord of Destruction, talking about his search for Mount Arreat, pretty much, and his brothers being Diablo and Mephisto, who have died, and you know he's out to basically just cause destruction, being the Lord of Destruction. But at the beginning of this trailer, you hear the wind blowing through the mountains, and then you hear Baal speak, and it's just Blizzard are the masters at cinematic design when it comes to storytelling and visuals. When it comes to their CGI, they are just the absolute masters. And I could be walking down the street, and if the wind starts blowing, this quote will literally trigger in my head, and I will just start walking and talking to myself, repeating this quote. But this is some of the stuff that gaming does to you. But I'm laughing at myself because saying this out loud is hilarious. But yeah, this quote is just amazing. And Diablo 2, crom to you people.
And I shall rule unchallenged.
You're pretty strong. And that move, the one you did back there, beautiful. Tell me, what do they call you?
Hey, you're pretty strong. And that move, the one you did back there, beautiful. Tell me, what do they call you? Beautiful Joe. I think as a video game character, Beautiful Joe is one of the best designed video game characters ever. He's just got everything. He's got the visual design, the moves, the flair, the awesomeness, the soundtrack, the game. Beautiful Joe is just sensational. And once again, this quote came from one of the very early trailers for the game. I think it's in the game itself. I can't quite remember. But I always remembered it from the trailer. And we had the trailer playing in the video game shop loads as well in the background and stuff. I just absolutely loved it. But I fell in love with this. And once again, this is something I would use if once again, if I'm playing a fighter game like Street Fighter. I'm a big Street Fighter fan, by the way. And if someone did a cool move on me, I'd be like, "Whoa, man! You're pretty strong." And I moved. What you did back there, beautiful. Because I'd be happy to get hit by a really good attack. It's just the way it was. But yeah, this quote from Beautiful Joe, stellar stuff. Once again, I've just used it for ever since this game came out. Ever since I saw the trailer, we're going back to the early 2000s. So we're talking a long time, almost 20 years now.
I'm Joe. Beautiful Joe. Not bad, huh?
Now this clearly is a Hublander Amazon warrior. This is easily told by her costume, the set of her sword, the characteristic goblin leather accoutrements, the firm musculature, powerful, unbridled, straining against the taut fabric, mere textiles scarcely able to contain the ripe, majestic swelling of her...
What are you staring at? What?
Powerful, unbridled, straining against the taut fabric, mere textiles scarcely able to contain the ripe, majestic swelling of her. Discworld on the Sega Saturn. It's on the PC, of course, and PlayStation 1. I played on the Sega Saturn. This game is one of the most important video games I have ever played. And when people say video games change your life, this is one game that actually did change my life. Because I played this game before I even knew about Terry Pratchett, before I even knew of what the Discworld was. So I was introduced through this game, through the wonderful voice of Eric Idle, the greatness that is Eric Idle, who plays Rincewind in this game. Rincewind being the wizard that you see on screen. But I was introduced to the Discworld series and Terry Pratchett because of this video game. I didn't even know about it. And then once I started reading these novels, Terry Pratchett became my favourite author of all time. and his writing, the way he looked at the world, the way he put it into this fantasy world, everything that we deal with, racism, speciesism as he called it in this game, in the books, it all came because of this video game for me. And for some reason, when you go into the marketplace of this game, you speak to Konina the Barbarian, and she Rincewind starts chattering away, and obviously he's staring at the ample size of her chest and starts quoting this line, and out of all the lines in the game, this is the one line that stuck with me. And of course I would use it jokingly in real life, if I talk with my friends, we're checking out some women or something, we start checking them out, I'd be like, yeah, powerful and bridled straight against the taut fabric. But yeah, oh man, this game, just too many memories, fantastic game.
Don't you like me, Luton?
I like a lot of things. I like dogs, but I wouldn't trust one not to bite me.
I won't bite.
Shame. I haven't been bitten in a long while.
And last but certainly not least, is another Discord game, and this one is a Discord Noir, which came on the PC, which I played on, as you can see here, but it also came to the PlayStation 1, I believe, but I played the PC version, and this quote comes in at the very start of the game. Now, there's like a lot of these great games back then, these point-and-click games with great writing, they just got so many quotes that you could that would just make you laugh from the outset. And funny enough, I actually got to use this quote because there was when I was on the bus going to college, I was talking to some girls in the back, and we're all just joking around. And actually, one of the girls said to me, "You can come a bit closer, I won't bite." And this quote came straight into my head, and I said to her, "That's a shame. I ain't been bitten in a long while." And she looked at me. The look she gave me. Oh my god. I think that was the last time I ever used that quote. Directly towards a girl. But yeah, like I said, this quote, I don't know why it was this one that stuck in my head, because there's so many great quotes in this game, and it's a fantastic game. But this one stuck in my head, and I just used it just casually, just messing around, just for years and years and years.
My husband passed away several years ago.
I hope the poor guy was smiling at the time.
But yeah, there's plenty of other great quotes from video games that I use loads of times. But I think I can start making these things a series because they are really good fun to do. But yeah, are there any video game quotes that you quote a lot in, just in your general life, for certain situations? Those type of video game quotes that are stuck in your head. Like I said, they need to be quotes, not just like one word stuff, because I'm sure we all, jokingly, go woohoo, or like Mario stuff every now and then. But yeah, if you can think of any quotes that you use, please let me know in the comments section. Of course, I will reply to every one of them, and it'd be even great if I've heard them myself. I've played a lot of games, so hopefully I know what you're talking about. Even if I haven't, drop in the comments section. I'm up for a laugh, and yeah, thanks for listening. Take care all, and peace.
My money! My money!
Your greed sickens me. I hope your death is a lesson to others.